Thanks so much for giving us a shot here to basically just answer some questions here and hopefully give you an overview of CaptureLeave, see if this will be a solution that will work for you. It's pretty much the system sells itself. So if it cannot, one of the worst people to sell it because I have 0 patience. So hopefully this would answer your questions. I think your main question that you had from your email was being able to have a system where your employees or users will be able to submit their leave request. You can view, approve, disapprove, what have you, and that it be cataloged in a way that you can easily quickly see what's going on in terms of leave requests. Did I capture that adequately?
Yes. Yeah, I'm just looking for a vacation management system.
Okay.
That's it. Yep.
Okay. All right. So what I want to start with is actually from this drop down here. And, but here's what I thought would be a good place to start is the drop down here. When you log in, your name will show up here. And I want to go to settings right over here. Okay. We're going to ignore this for now, the account tab and organization also. Typically what this area is just some rules set up for the system to be able to work for your organization. And things that you can essentially edit here include, what your default days off policy is or the number of days off you've got. You also have an option to set what the working number of working hours you've got in a day. Reason why you will see this is if you choose to use CaptureLeave to not only capture leave or vacations based on whole days taken off, but also hourly leave requests. So the system is basically smart enough to say, okay, if you want CaptureLeave to kind of grant, capture leave requests beyond just I want to take a whole day off. If somebody wants to go see a doctor, you want 3 hours off, you will be able to do that within the system. So you can essentially set this up from your dashboard tab, go into your organization tab over there to do that. We also have some default kind of policies for federal, holidays and days off that you can immediately import into your accounts. So it just saves you the hassle of having to go enter in all of the kind of default days off that you would have to enter into the system. So those are already preset in the system. You can certainly go in and use the system to import that, or just leave it and manually enter in your own default days off that you want to set into the system. This is all still just setting up the system to work for you. Groups, obviously, it makes for some organizations, it just makes sense to have the users grouped in a way that can be organized, middle managers, front office staff, new hires, depending on, for example, how many days off each group is supposed to be allotted. So you can add your groups or set up your groups and obviously populate it with the individuals that need to go into each group. The import feature is to make life easy. So if you've got a list of 20 employees you want to set up on the system, you can easily import them into CaptureLeave. All you need is an Excel spreadsheet, something like this. I just basically named it, first name, last name, email address, and the default days off that you want to go with each name. If you don't add any information here, it will basically use the default setting that you have put in there. So if it's 14 days off, that's what it will use. But you can go and basically say, look, Susan Rice is going to have only 7 days off for this year, and so on and so forth. So this will be the import template that you will use. Simply first name, last name, email, and days off is all you need. And you can go in and import it into the system. Custom labels is a place that I think when you first created your account was not yet available. This is a tool we added on there. What is really neat for, and many of our users are making great use of this, is it helps you design your own leave policies in the system. Let me explain that. So you've got certain leave systems or labels that you want to use. So for example, FMLA leave, paid leaves, vacations, special leave policies, whatever label you want, you can actually create it here and use a different color-coded system to track the leave. So let's say new hires come in and you want to basically give them kind of a new hire orientation, probationary period, and be able to know, which of your new hires are taking those leave requests from that part of leaves. You can easily designate it from here. So it just makes it easier for you to be able to set up subcategories of leaves that you can then track in the system. So this will be the first place to do this, is basically setting it up from your account dashboard and settings area. So once you have that done and you've imported your users, then it really kicks into what you were talking about, which is I want my employees to be able to go in and submit a leave request. Okay, so how does that happen? Well, let's go to an employee's login. So this is Susan Rice. I'm an employee. I logged into my account. Now, once you set up a user in CaptureLeave, the system actually sends them an email with their password in there, so you don't have to do anything. And they'll basically use that password to log in. Once they log in, this is exactly what you're going to see. And for Susan to request a new leave, simply click on the new leave request. You see this type of request here, whether it's paid or unpaid, it quickly lets the system know what to do. So if it's a paid leave, I can then drop down and all of the special leave packages you created from your custom label, well, guess what? They are listed right over here. Okay, so if it's a special travel leave, I need to go somewhere for a conference, I designate that there. I can choose to add a reason. It's not required at this point, but need to attend seminar. All right, so that's my special leave that I need. And then all I need to do is to just designate which days I need to be off. So I'm going to be off on the 12th. It's a full day. If on the other hand it was I need to go to a dentist and it's going to be a half day, guess what? I can uncheck this and select 3 hours. So do you see the option there?
Yep.
So it really makes it super easy for them to say, look, I need to request a full day off, maybe even several days off. So I need to take the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th off. And basically select the days they want, hit send request. That's pretty much it from their end. Their request has been sent. You will get an email notification that says that user X has requested a leave. If you don't receive, or if you, let's say you're not in your email at the time, then basically what would happen is you will see this little note pop up right here. You see this little red kind of a subscript here. It basically would show you that, hey, there's a request for you to manage. And you would basically click on dashboard here, and there's a pending request right over here. Susan Rice requested 3 days off a minute ago. So I can click on that, and of course these are the days she requested. I can approve, reject, I can add a special message right there for this particular approval or rejection.
Okay.
So very, very easy. I'm going to go ahead and approve this. Click Save. And you don't have to do anything. The system will respond, again, back to the user that says your leave has been processed, right? Log in to see what the outcome is or what have you. But very, very easily, now I can tell from my dashboard as the admin, you see right over here is the special leave, travel leave that she's taken. And you see all my custom labels right here, color-coded. If I don't have time to go through the whole thing, I can just go in there and look, I need a report of all my special leave requests, and there it is. It's literally that simple to get a dashboard readout of the types of leaves that are being requested. Now let's go to our reports tab, because that would give us some insight into what's going on. So my reports tab right over here would give me a snapshot. And actually what's neat about this is that this is the yearly snapshot. It gives you an indication of how the leave requests are being used, how much is being taken out of what's left of the pile. And if you click on any special day, if you click on any particular day, it would actually give you a detailed readout of what's going on that particular day. The more the greens here tend to approach the red, in the continuum, it basically would be indicative of an imbalance. You've got more people out than in. That's basically what that means as it gets closer to the red. And so we have basically captured a way to let you know, when you can afford to approve more leave requests and still not, and not people enough, showing up to continue working operations. But you can basically click on the name of a day, and it will give you the readout of how many employees are in, how many employees are off. And you can actually get that report categorized by groups too. So I can go to groups and it will show you how your senior managers are consuming leave versus new hires. I can drill down to employees. So for example, if I click on employees right here, I can tell you right now that Susan is 83%, consumed her leave request for the year. That's probably something to watch out for if she continues receiving requests on leave, because she's going to max out. So very, very easily you can see that. And again, you've got an export option here. It allows you to take this data out of the system very, very easily. Just hit export to Excel, and it takes the data out of the system. Very super easy to get this data, saved, put in the HR records, and so on and so forth. In great detail. Yeah, that's about, you want to find out, for example, the totals of hours approved or days approved, the balance left, the type of leave that was requested. All of this data is sitting right there for you without you having to use some obscure spreadsheet. Very easy for you to go in and actually manually add leave requests. That's something we've had a lot of people request or ask us for. So let's say that, you in your office, somebody calls saying they're sick, they're not able to get to their computer. They want you to be able to document that they're off or they requested leave. How do you do that? Well, it's very simple. Go to your employees tab. Just click on the name of the employee. And again, just click on the name, any date right there. So let's say they're off today, they're not feeling very well. I'll click on Monday the 10th. Okay, and they want to be off for a couple of hours. They probably need to go to the doctor or whatever. I can go ahead and put 3 hours off for them. And that's how you as the admin can actually go in there and add time off to a particular employee. So it works two ways. You can let the user do the job of requesting leaves and you can approve them, or you as the admin can go in there and actually manually set time off for your employees. Any questions thus far?
No, it seems pretty intuitive. I'm not sure why I kind of wanted to get away from this. Some of the programs just go way too far, and I don't really, they're too cumbersome, but what you've described is kind of what I'm looking for.
Well, I think we've got several software systems. We've got a learning management system, and I mean, we've got plenty of experience developing software systems, but what we've found is that it's so difficult to create simple systems. It really is. I mean, it sounds like a cliche, but it is, because everybody throws all kinds of stuff out there, and then they hope that some of it will be useful. But the problem is, from the end user's perspective, they have to wade through all of these other features just to get to what they need to get done, right? And that's where the frustration comes from. And so our experience has been, make sure that there's a system that can be done by somebody that goes in there, maybe reviews a couple of videos and be able to figure it out. And many of our users actually do that. But I also know that we have to do a better job of communicating to folks how simple it is to use. Because sometimes just the sheer amount of time, that it takes for you to log in and you've got other things to do, you might not have that time to do that. And so it's for us to do a better job of going out and saying, look, let's take you to a 10-minute session with this thing, and kind of walk you through the process, and let's see if this will be something that's useful for you. Again, I wasn't lying when I said if the system can't sell itself, I would be the worst person to sell it, because we use it for our own lead requests. And believe me, if it's too convoluted, I'm probably going to tell my developers that it's not working for me. So, we try to design systems that we ourselves have to use and that it makes sense.